Hello and welcome to the episode number 8 of this series dedicated to medieval Asia. Last time, we discussed the Mongol Empire's unstoppable westward expansion, culminating in Hulagu Khan's grandson of Genghis, shattering of the Abbasid Caliphate in Baghdad, and the Ayyubid dynasty in Damascus.
His next target was the Mamluk Sultanate of Egypt, the last major Islamic power standing. Hulagu, confident in his military strength, sent envoys demanding surrender.
Oh, wow.
Sultan Qutus, however, responded with a defiant act, a message that echoed across the region. He executed the envoys and displayed their heads on Cairo's gate. This bold move signaled that the Mamluks were prepared for war and would not submit easily to the Mongol threat.
That certainly sets the stage for a dramatic confrontation. It seems Hulagu was poised to crush the Mamluks.
Yeah.
But then a twist of fate occurred that changed everything. It is fascinating how seemingly minor events can sometimes have major consequences on the course of history.
Indeed. News arrived from the east that the great Khan Munka was dead. This presented Hulagu with a dilemma.
Okay.
Mongol custom dictated that he return to Mongolia for the succession struggle.
Right.
He could not ignore this obligation, so he made the difficult decision to leave behind a smaller force, one Tumen, which is about 10,000 men, compared to the vast armies he had led before.
Right.
This force was placed under the command of General Kitbuqa, an Nestorian Christian.
Interesting.
A fact which adds another layer of complexity to an already fascinating situation.
This seemingly insignificant detail, the departure of Hulagu and the reduction of the Mongol force, would have significant consequences for the coming clash with the Mamluks. It is quite remarkable how an event so far removed from the battlefield could so drastically change the course of events. Now, let's consider the position of the Crusader States.
Right.
These remnants of the Kingdom of Jerusalem, caught between the Mamluks and the Mongols, they found themselves in an incredibly difficult predicament.
The Mongols, in an attempt to secure their western flank, tried to forge alliances or at least neutrality agreements with the Crusaders.
I see.
However, the Crusaders were wary. They were historically enemies of the Muslims. But the Mongols represented a new and perhaps more immediate threat.
Oh, wow.
Imagine you are a Crusader leader. Do you side with the enemy, against this terrifying new force that seems almost unstoppable? Or do you try to maintain a precarious neutrality? In an unprecedented move driven by necessity and a pragmatic assessment of the situation, the Crusaders allowed the Mamluk army to march north through their territory, even permitting them to camp near Acre. It must have been a truly strange sight to see the armies of your historical enemy marching through your lands, allowed to pass unmolested. The stage was now set for the confrontation between the Mamelukes and the Mongols, a clash of civilizations that would determine the fate of the Middle East. This battle, known as the Battle of Ain Jalut, took place on September 3, 1260, at a strategically important location.
Ain Jalut, a spring in the Jezreel Valley, was carefully chosen by the Mamluks as the battlefield. It offered them a tactical advantage, allowing them to use the terrain to their advantage. Leading Mamluk forces was Sultan Qutus, allied with the brilliant General Baibars, who would later become Sultan himself. This alliance brought together military experience and tactical cunning, a combination that would prove devastating to the Mongol forces.
Baibars, known for his military prowess and cunning strategies, played a key role in the Mamluk victory. He understood the Mongol tactics, their reliance on speed and overwhelming force. He also knew how to exploit their weaknesses. The Mamluks, under his guidance, employed a strategy of feigned retreats and ambushes, tactics designed to provoke the Mongols and draw them into unfavorable positions. They harassed the Mongol vanguard, luring them deeper into the highlands, away from their main force and into unfamiliar territory.
Kitbuqa, the Mongol commander, enraged by these hit-and-run tactics, took the bait. He allowed his anger to cloud his judgment, leading his forces into a carefully prepared trap. It was a fatal mistake. The Mamluks, waiting in the highlands, sprung their ambush, attacking from all sides, surrounding the Mongol forces. The battle was fierce and chaotic, but the Mamluk forces, fighting with the ferocity of cornered wolves, had the advantage.
Qutuz, recognizing the critical moment, threw himself into the heart of the battle, rallying his troops with cries of, "Oh, Islam!" inspiring them to fight with even greater determination. His presence on the battlefield, his willingness to fight alongside his men, had a profound impact on the morale of the Mamluk army. The Mongol army, caught off guard, found themselves surrounded and outnumbered. Their usual tactics of speed and maneuverability were useless in the narrow confines of the highlands.
The Mongol army was routed. suffering a crushing defeat that sent shockwave throughout the world. Kitbuqa himself was killed, along with the majority of his men. The seemingly invincible Mongol war machine had been stopped, and the consequences of this defeat would be felt for centuries to come.
Ain Jalut marked a turning point in history, signifying the first major defeat for the Mongols. This decisive victory shattered the aura of invincibility that had surrounded the Mongol armies. Proving that they were not unbeatable, it halted their westward advance, preventing them from conquering Egypt and potentially pushing further into North Africa. Control of the Levant shifted back to the Mamluks. This victory not only saved the Mamluk Sultanate, but also had profound implications for the future of the entire region.
The victory at Ain Jalut secured the future of the Mamluk Sultanate, allowing it to flourish and become a major power in the region. It also marked the beginning of the decline of the Mongol Empire. Although this decline would be gradual and take many years to fully manifest, it is truly remarkable how a single battle, fought on a relatively small scale, could have such far-reaching consequences, reshaping the political and religious landscape of the Middle East for centuries to come.
The Mamluks would go on to repel further Mongol incursions, solidifying their control over the Levant, and eventually expelling the remnants of the Crusader States from the Holy Land. The Battle of Ain Jalut stands as a testament to their military prowess, their strategic brilliance, and their unwavering determination to defend their land and their faith. It is a David and Goliath story that resonates through history, a reminder that even the mightiest empires can be defeated.
The ramifications of this battle extended far beyond the immediate region. It signaled a shift in the balance of power, demonstrating that the Mongols, despite their formidable reputation, were not invincible. This had profound implications for the future of both the Islamic world and the Christian West.
It is important to remember that the Mongol Empire, despite its vast size and military power, was a complex and often fragmented entity. It was built on conquest, and its vast territories were ruled by various khans, often with competing interests and ambitions. This inherent vulnerability to internal conflicts and power struggles would play a significant role in the empire's eventual decline. One fascinating aspect of the aftermath of Ain Jalut is the internal dynamic within the Mongol Empire itself. At the time, the Golden Horde, the Mongol Khanate that controlled much of Russia, was led by Burke Khan, a convert to Islam. This created a complex geopolitical situation. While Hulagu was attacking the heart of the Islamic world, his cousin Burke was a Muslim.
This religious divide within the Mongol Empire had significant consequences. Burke Khan was horrified by Hulagu's actions in Baghdad. He saw it as an attack on his own faith and a betrayal of the Mongol Empire's tradition of religious tolerance.
Indeed, there are accounts of Burke sending angry messages to Mongol Khan, condemning the attack on Baghdad. This rift between Hulagu and Burke, fueled by religious differences and political ambitions, had profound implications for the future of the Mongol Empire. The Mamluks, aware of this division within the Mongol ranks, were quick to exploit it. They cultivated good relations with the Golden Horde, hoping to create an alliance against Hulagu. This strategic move proved to be highly effective.
This alliance between the Mamluks and the Golden Horde further weakened Hulagu's position. His ambitions to avenge Ain Jalut and continue his westward expansion were thwarted by the conflict with his own cousin. It is a remarkable turn of events, a testament to the complex interplay of religion, politics, and personal ambition in shaping the course of history.
Instead of uniting against a common enemy, the Mongols found themselves fighting each other. Burke Khan launched a series of raids against Hulagu's forces, forcing him to divert his attention northward. This conflict culminated in a major defeat for Hulagu in 1263. It was the first open war between Mongol Khanates, a clear sign that the empire was beginning to fragment.
The Battle of Ain Jalut thus had a domino effect, not only halting the Mongol advance in the Middle East, but also contributing to the internal divisions that would eventually weaken and fracture the Mongol Empire. This single event, a clash of armies in a valley in the Levant, set in motion a chain of events that would reshape the political landscape of Eurasia.
Hulagu died in 1265, his dreams of avenging Ain Jalut and conquering Egypt ultimately unrealized. Burke Khan also died a few years later. The Mongol Empire never truly recovered its unity after this period. The era of Mongol dominance was waning, and new powers such as the Mamluks were rising to challenge their hegemony. The Mamluks would continue to clash with the Mongols in the coming decades, but they had proven their strength and resilience at Ain Jalut. Their victory ensured the survival on their sultanate and shaped the course of history in the Middle East.
The Battle of Ain Jalut stands as a pivotal moment in medieval Asian history. It is a tale of courage, strategic brilliance, and the unpredictable nature of historical events. It reminds us that even the mightiest empires are not invincible, and that the actions of individuals driven by faith, ambition, or a desire to protect their homeland can have far-reaching consequences that shape the destiny of nations. We encourage you to explore the sources mentioned and delve deeper into this fascinating period of history. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the Battle of Ain Jalut. We invite you to share your thoughts and comments, and be sure to follow us for more episodes exploring the rich tapestry of medieval Asian history.